All righty, let's see. Let's see. Am I live yet? This is either live or replay, depending upon when you're seeing this. Let me very quickly. Okay, I'm live. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome back to my channel. This is the #1 place for the more mature entrepreneur to go to when you have a business and you need that content marketing to bring you conversions because you don't have time for busy work. You need what you do to bring in more traffic to your business so you can do more business. So today, I'm going to drop the reality check on my following. And if you're new here and anything that I just said appealed to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, subscribe, click the bell notification, and select all. Every single week, I do go live on this channel. It's usually Wednesdays around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about content marketing broad-based. I often have themes. So if you have questions that you want answered and you want like a free live Q&A session that has to do with content marketing, by all means, this is the place for you. And this is a great give back from my community and anybody else who shows up in my community. So Lisa and Lenore are here. Hi, guys. How's everything going? Lisa said, made it live 2 weeks in a row. Lenore Love says hashtag live. Hey, Miss Lenore, what's going on? So let me greet my students as they come in. Miss Lisa Spangler. All right. So really quickly, reverse curse course to help you clear 4 different roadblocks. Today we're going to talk about a reality check in terms of updating our content marketing. So I need you guys to know this up front. You may or may not like what you're about to hear, but I was like, I could be the coach that tells you what you want to hear, or I'm the coach that tells you what you have to hear. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on? Hi. And Tobago Crafter is here. Hi. What's up, guys? So the reverse curse course, I have that out right now. It's from the Funnel Fairy Godmother line of mini courses. It's like $47, and it's like several lessons that can walk you through, in this case, how to reverse the curse on your content marketing. There's 4 different stumbling blocks, 4 different content marketing stumbling blocks, so you can get more business. So I'm just going to put the link here because I know that some of my students who have all of my other Funnel Fairy Godmother courses, you're wanting that one to be re-released. So I have. So Stephanie Hickson, hi. Tobago Crafter, hi. All right. Anybody else? So if you're watching this on the replay, what I'm going to invite you to do is, no big deal. If you have a question about content marketing in general, or you have a question about anything that I discussed during this session, this reality check session for content marketing in 2022, you have any questions about that and you're watching on the replay, that's okay. Put hashtag replay and then ask the question that you have, or let me help you address a concern that you might have about what I covered today. And I do check back at least 24 hours to answer questions. I have students, thousands of paying students across the globe, and they're all in different timelines. They're all in different time zones. So I definitely want to make sure that even if you're on the replay, that I see that you're on the replay. Even if you don't have a question, put hashtag replay. I'll give you a thumbs up and heart. Ooh, Donna's here. How's everything going with you and your business, Donna? It's been a minute. I know you've been super successful and busy. I'm very proud of you. Heidi Mine is here. Hi, Heidi. I see that you put a couple of posts in the Funnel Dynasty group, so I will definitely get back to those, but I really appreciate your leadership. I know at least a couple of people are like, whoa, that's really cool of her. If you aren't in Funnel Dynasty, that's the biggest course that I'm going to put out ever. That's my magnum opus. That comes with weekly coaching in it. And I will be re-releasing that next week, though, because I've had so many requests for it. And then we're going to get into the reality check here. Next week, I'm going to re-release Socialgram Shortcut, which is my Instagram deep dive marketing course. It's going to be updated to include reels, new algorithmic realities with Instagram TV and all sorts of other stuff. So if you're already in that course, you guys check out what I said in the Facebook group, because I've already saved the classic version over, because a lot of the classic version is good, but I'm remastering everything that's in that course and then obviously updating for Instagram TV and Reels big time. So, and then there's extra bonuses in there already. So check it out. Donna says, I've been doing very good, been very busy for my business. I'm still doing pretty good on the other two like side businesses that she and her husband are doing. Dawn is one of my students since 2019, and she and her husband retired early because he could. She's doing so well, but she's like an implementation beast when I teach her things. Just like a lot of my top most successful students are, who have multiple 5-6-figure businesses and beyond. I'm now coaching 2 7-figure businesses. One, unfortunately, I have an NDA for, but the other one is Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill. So anyway, let's talk about the reality check that people need to hear. And you guys who are already on here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so it pushes out the live stream to more people while we're live. That would be a big help for me. I could care less from an ego position. Just if you push the thumbs up, it will see it as another data point. I'll shove it out to more of my subscribers, both live and on the replay. All right, so here's the reality check. A lot of my students, I have people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, but a lot of the students that I've accrued, especially over the last 3-4 years, I know they're like in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. I actually have 3 students, different states. I believe they're all in the US. They're 78 years old apiece, and they're just chugging along. So some of what I'm going to say may make you mad or scared. And some of what I say you might have heard before, but you wish wasn't true. But I had to make the decision. Am I going to be the coach that tells you what you want to hear, and kind of soothes you and makes you think that it's okay to continue marketing the way you did maybe last year or however many years up until now, and then you get less and less reach, and then you get frustrated with me and any other coach that you go to, free and or paid, and you get frustrated because you're not getting the results you want either at all or anymore, and your reality check is kind of bounced, if you will, because there's stuff that you want to stay snowblind to because it might involve a little bit of learning curve, and or it might involve a little bit more work. It doesn't have to be a crap ton of more work. When I'm done giving you guys the more general reality check, I am going to say, now, how does a busy adult that might have house, spouse, kid, worship, pets, plants to take care of on top of a business? And a lot of my students are multiple 5-6-figure businesses, and who has help right now or who's wearing all the hats. I will try to make this so that it is like achievable for you, so that like Donna, you can be an implementation beast and you can grow your business to 6 figures and beyond if you're not there already. The Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill takes the advice that I give them, and even if they're imperfect about their implementation, they find that overall it works. So they keep going, and they're going to double down too this year on the things that I'm going to tell you you need to do and double down on, whether you like it or not, because otherwise you're not going to get the results you want. Then you're going to get frustrated. Then you're going to blame me. You can blame the other coaches if they're just sugarcoating what you know, so that they can keep you happy. I'd rather give you the real deal. So this way you can not only be profitable or more profitable than you've been, but you understand where everything's going and why you kind of have no choice. And if you don't follow through on the reality check for content marketing 2022 in the foreseeable future, you're going to convince yourself, well, I may as well retire, or I may as well sell my business or give up, because everything's super saturated and I can't penetrate and get views, people following me. You can't deposit followers in the bank, but to a certain degree, more followers means that, you know, you are reaching more people who like what you and your brand and your business has to offer them. It is good for social proof, but past a certain point, kind of useless. You really want to get people on that email list of yours Donna could tell you, and I certainly can tell you, and Lenore, I think, can tell you too, who's on here right now. Not that I want to put anybody under pressure, but like the more you work that email list and the more emails you send and the more offers you make, the more money you can make. You are roughly going to get about 3/4 of your income from month to month from a well marketed to email list, and about 25% from your Etsy shop, if that's a thing, your website, most everybody, that's a thing, and your social media. All the people who, as I call it, are out in the wild. They're not qualified leads that you captured yet onto an email list. Donna is saying, thank you for your leadership, girl. She says, taking an educated guess, approximately 75% of our still posts are now micro videos or GIFs, and they're getting 10 times the views on Instagram. YouTube is growing fast. Yes, because Donna let me know, and this is important for everyone else to hear, so thank you, Donna. Last we checked in, you were doing about 2 to 3 videos a week on YouTube. I would say very quickly on YouTube, and this kind of is part of the reality check, but I don't know that this is so much of a change in and of itself, but it's important to know if you guys don't know it live or on the replay. Once a week to YouTube is important for consistency over time, and it doesn't even have to take a crazy amount of time. The algorithm on YouTube will reward you for being a consistent contributor. 2 to 3 times a week is important for growth. It almost doesn't matter what your business model is, what you're selling, and who you're selling to. I would say that painting with a broad brushstroke, that's important. Thank the Lord you're not a news channel, a trend channel, or a gaming channel, because for those folks with those business models, daily isn't enough. They gamers, maybe daily is okay, but everybody else, it's like multiple times a day you have to post, and that's insane. But for most of my students, you wouldn't even have to think about it. Okay, so Donna is confirming she's doing it 3 times a week, occasionally 2 times a week if time pressed. Well, perfect's the enemy of done. Donna has a very successful business. She does have a small team, so she's got a lot going on, and she has 3 different main shops or businesses with income streams. So, if she can only, quote unquote, only do 2 videos a week, it's not the end of the world. She's still going to get growth. That's why I'm saying 2 to 3 times a week in this snapshot of time is good to grow your YouTube channel. If you understand your ideal customer and you are taking great care with your titles, thumbnails, and tags and your description and making sure that things are keyword rich, and that you're using something like TubeBuddy to help you rank on YouTube. There's a freemium version that's pretty robust of TubeBuddy. If you don't have TubeBuddy yet, and you do have a YouTube channel, technically, if you're watching me, you can go into the description and just get a free version of TubeBuddy. Currently, it's forever free. But the link is down below in the description. It's forever free. And even what it does unlock at free, that's going to still give you an advantage over other people on this very mature platform. It's going to allow you to be more competitive ranking and knowing what's going to score better and higher on this platform than if you're just kind of like feeling your way through things. Freeze for me when I'm first starting out, right? So you guys, you can go down into the description below on any of my videos, really, and get the link to free, forever free right now version of TubeBuddy. So let's get to the reality check. I will give you the framework and then I will explain why, because I know some people are going to get sticker shock, but it's ethical. I have to tell you, otherwise you're going to be convinced, why bother with social media marketing, right? And you're just going to see your reach get dumbed down and dumbed down if you don't embrace these things. To what degree, I'll tell you to do. I will give you the minimum degree at which you do these things when I'm done putting down the framework. And then if you have a team and or you have some extra time or bandwidth, you should lean into it more right now because it would be worthwhile. So here's the thing. And some of this, if you've gone to a lot of my lives, you're in Funnel Dynasty, like you guys get the download in Funnel Dynasty a lot. So a lot of what I tell you, if you're a Funnel Dynasty student or you've been a hardcore student of mine before, You know some of this, but I'm also going to explain to you why that's even going to change the trajectory of my channel. And of course, it's going to affect the trajectory of what I teach. If you have anything from Funnel Fairy Godmother, that stuff's evergreen, so don't worry about that stuff needing updated. Those are a line of mini courses I do. Same thing with Frostin'. It's a line of mini courses. Between the two lines of mini courses, I have 20 mini courses that are out there. None of those need updates because what is taught and what is covered in all of those is evergreen. But when it comes to finer point algorithm stuff, Socialgram Shortcut, like I said earlier, that's getting updated, and then I'm going to launch it again next week. Okay. And then Social Talk Shortcut, which is my TikTok deep dive course, that's going to get updated. And then by March, April, that's going to be re-released again. Really quickly, we're going to get into the framework, but I want Susie B. Miss Susie B is here. Hello, this is Speckaloon by Susie B. She says, good morning. Did my first spring show last weekend. My sales increased 72%. Yay! Over the same show last year. I recently shifted from selling large wood signs to smaller items that I made with my laser. I'm really glad about that. That's showing that Susie B understands not only her industry, but her ideal customer. Big wooden things right now aren't selling quite as well for the most part. Heather Dupay, which is one of my students, and she's in Funnel Dynasty, she's seen this too. She can sell her bigger stuff at in-person shows, but she's not doubling down on that. She's doubling down on smaller, like home decor and definitely candles. Candles sell like crazy for her. So she and her husband are shifting the trajectory of their overall brand to do that because they're going where their clients are going. So further to that end, let's go where actual content marketing is working. Here's the good, the bad, and the ugly of this. Okay, the good is that if you follow the framework I teach you, you should start seeing results instantaneously, and they are going to blow you away. Like especially on Instagram, you're going to see movement on posts that you put out or content that you post to Instagram, like you would have seen 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You're just going to get ridiculous reach that you almost don't deserve. That's the good news. And if you lean into TikTok, you're going to get all sorts of good stuff too. You know, I'm going to tell you to go to TikTok. That's going to surprise almost no one unless you've never seen me before or it's been a minute since you've checked in on my stuff. But also YouTube, you can grow your YouTube presence greatly with YouTube Shorts. I have said that before. I'm going to get into why. Because the bad is, if you don't like being on camera, you don't always have to be on camera for these short form video content pieces of content that you will create for Instagram Reels, for TikTok, and for YouTube Shorts. And the good news is they're all vertical video. The raw material that you shoot to your camera, that vertical video, it's not horizontal like a YouTube video would be, or maybe a lot of stuff that you would upload to like Facebook maybe. You have to do vertical video. It's got to be portrait and not landscape. Once you've shot a vertical video, as long as you don't go over a time maximum for a platform, you can take one raw video. This is the good also. And you can post it to TikTok. You can post it to Instagram. You can also do it so that it's not just a reel. It can go in your feed as a feed post. You can even, if you know the hook around, you can get it into an Instagram story, depending upon how short it is. You can also use it to YouTube for YouTube Shorts. Here's the ugly. So I said the good. The bad is you might have to be on camera sometimes. You don't always have to, but painting with a broad brushstroke, if you're not in, well, let me put it to you this way. Painting with a broad brushstroke, vertical videos that have a human being in it tend to do better than just here's my product if you're a products-based business, and here's maybe my hands, okay? Like, so the bad is there's a slight bit of learning curve, but this is not major technology. You're not building a website here, folks, okay? You're not dealing with raw code. It's not hard. There are YouTube videos galore for free that'll show you click by click how to create an Instagram reel, how to create a TikTok. By the way, once you created one, they basically stole tech from each other, is how I'll put it. So once you know Reels or TikTok, then you know the other one. YouTube Shorts isn't that much different. There's plenty of free click-by-click videos. It doesn't cost you a thing in terms of courses. It doesn't cost you a thing. You don't need major training. I don't care if you're 60, 70 years old. I have students that are 50, 60, 70s that are doing their Instagram Reels, and some of them have gone onto TikTok. And because they're like, you're right, Stacey, once I know the Creator Studio for one of them, I know for the other one, almost the same exact thing. And bam, I'm getting sales every single week. I'm getting followers. I'm getting social proof. I am seeing hundreds to thousands or more in terms of reach for a post. Like, it's amazing. And of course, I'm getting sales. I have students that get 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 sales every single week, do or die situation in the DMs on Instagram or in the messages on TikTok. Bam. Anybody who has messed around with YouTube Shorts, getting ridiculous reach, not just on YouTube, but on Google, because with the Google search engine results pages, when they pull it up, there's usually a separate shelf for YouTube videos. There's now, depending upon what you pull, you can get a shelf of YouTube Shorts also in the search results. All of this stuff is getting ridiculous reach that you will not see in a couple of months to a year. You just won't. Heidi's cheering on Susie. That's cool. Everybody cheer on Susie. I love this my students, because they generally are leaders. They share, they're vulnerable, they're transparent. We're not all drama. It's not a bitch board here, and they're all cheering each other. So Tobago Crafter says, congratulations, Susie B. And so did Donna, and so did Heidi. So I think that's really, really awesome. Okay, so if you have any questions that aren't like click-by-click how-tos, because you can find them on YouTube. If you have any questions about, oh God, Stacey, like why would I want to do a vertical video and share it to 1, 2, possibly 3 places? My business model is this. I don't think I could do vertical video. If you want to challenge me at all, you can definitely live or on the replay, post it in the comments. I know a lot of the folks that see me are 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. So I know this isn't necessarily what quite a few of you want to hear. That said, vertical videos are going to get pushed because this is where the attention span is going. And if you're like, my audience isn't on there, or it's just kids, I'm going to tell you again, as I do this reality check, if you're not doing vertical video marketing, it's almost as though you're not marketing at all. Like if you're getting any results, that's super. But there's going to come a time period where that's going to slowly dry up, because the algorithms on all these platforms, YouTube wants you to put regular videos up too. That's still videos. That's still YouTube stock and trade. Like Donna said, like I've confirmed. If you need to grow on YouTube, you can create shorts and experiment with them. The good news is the vertical videos that you create for Instagram Reels on Instagram, that platform, and TikTok, you can share them back and forth, the raw materials, and you can also put it to YouTube Shorts just to experiment. If you're like, I'm not going to otherwise have the time to do a bigger, longer, well-edited horizontal or landscape version video like Dawn is doing, like you do, Stacey, like Melissa Pickle does with her handmade how-to channel, or Starla Moore, or anybody else, Renee Christine that you see, then you could say, hey, you know what? You could just put YouTube Shorts up on your channel instead of having your channel sit there with nothing or almost nothing on it. If you're already going to be creating the Reels, you're already going to be creating the TikToks, you may as well put up YouTube Shorts too. That's my opinion. Hold on. So S. Cook. Hi, S. Cook. Good to see you. There we go. Let me greet you. She says, I'm going to guess I'm currently recovering from major foot surgery and I'm stuck on the couch for a few months. How can I take advantage of this trend? That's a really good question. I like that. Let me also see. Donna says, I'm going to get to you in a second, but Donna says, when I did my lives of Facebook from the pop-up shop this weekend, Facebook wouldn't turn horizontal. It made me do vertical. Is that new? It made it easier for me to share to Instagram. So that was cool. I don't think it's new. Sometimes that happens to me, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if they're like split testing things, or if you kind of, when you were setting up your live, you stayed in the one perspective and then you tried to twist it either way, Donna. Because sometimes I think that's part of it. It's like, oh, no, 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 turn it back. That's how you started it. So I don't think that's I've not heard from back channels or anywhere else that they're forcing you to do that. So that's my thought to Donna, and for anybody else that was wondering. So S Cook, what I would do, what's your business model, S Cook? Can you just tell me down there? Are you selling products? Are you selling services? Are you a coach? Are you a course creator? Do you sell digital downloads only? Are you a sublimation business? Like, what are you? Let me know that down below so that I can answer you more specifically. But what would I do? Like last year, about a year ago, I injured my knee. And once I got through like the painkillers of it all, because it was really bad, all the treatment I had to have for it, and that was like maybe a week or two, then it was just slow recovery. What I would have done if it were now, because I'm a coach, I can give more specific advice to S Cook in a minute. Oh wait, hold on. She says, I'm an organic loose leaf tea company. Cool. Okay. So your product space. Let me just shift it to S Cook because it's almost the same answer anyway. So from my couch, I would let people see that I'm like an expert, or at least a thought leader in the space of organic loose leaf tea. So what would I do? I would create an Instagram. I would shoot a vertical video, raw, put it in my camera roll. If that's where it's going to go once I'm done shooting it, I ain't putting it anywhere. But I would do like a quick, right now, 30, 45 seconds is testing really well. So you don't have to do something long. And on Instagram Reels, if we're going to reuse this stuff, on Instagram Reels, you can currently only go to 60 seconds anyway. So 30 to 45 seconds less can do well too. I would shoot a quick little tip about, or a trick or a technique, so that you can get the perfect cup of tea. What's a good tea blend? So I would do a daily tip, trick, or technique is what I would do. My advice, my suggestion when it comes to why would I get loose leaf tea instead of buying Lipton? What's the difference? Bye, honey. I love you. Have a good day. What kind of blends are good in my experience for relaxation, for sleep, for better energy? You know what I mean? What kind of tips do I have when using those metal balls and doing the loose leaf tea, right? Like you could talk through a quick 10, 20, 30-second tip. So if someone loves tea, but they hadn't thought of loose tea yet, you could have tips, tricks, and techniques behind that to indoctrinate them to want the type of products that you have. Visit the link in bio for a coupon good for 20% off your next purchase. 20% off is a floor for coupon-based email opt-ins. You should not put your website in the website link box area. I know I have a whole YouTube video on my channel doing a deep dive why, like the one link in bio you should have on Instagram. Seems counterintuitive not to drive traffic to your website, but when they go there, they can just kind of float around and go. Even if sure you have an email opt-in, like, on top and on the bottom and on the sidebar of every page and post on your website, you still want to be able to capture that lead right away. The confused don't buy, and also the confused don't convert. And statistically speaking, go Google it if you don't believe me, folks. Approximately 98% of all people visiting your website, your Etsy shop, whatever, for the first time won't buy anyway. So you would rather go for the one conversion that, minus sales, is the most important. And it's free for somebody to opt into your email list. If they don't want to get on your email list, they weren't likely to buy from you anyway. Get them on your email list. So say you have a MailChimp email service provider. That's where your list goes. That's where your email opt-in link and form are to. Your email opt-in page, put that EE Pearl link in the website box on Instagram. Put it in the one link you can share in TikTok. Make sure that it's something that if somebody goes to your YouTube channel, if you're doing YouTube shorts, because you're going to reuse it 3 different places, may as well make sure that on the top bar on your YouTube channel, the banner that somebody can click and go right to your email opt-in form. Capture the leads, because as Donna and I were discussing earlier, you really can get, I think it was Donna discussing with me earlier, I definitely said, roughly 3/4 of your sales should come from your email list from month to month. About 25% will come out loose. There's a bunch of studies about that too. So yes. And yep, I'm a gal. My name is Shannon, by the way. Okay, Miss Shannon. Does this make sense to anybody who's a products-based business? Because coaches, course creators, we can very easily give a tip, trick, or a technique while we're seated. People could just see us from like the chest up, like you're seeing me now. I'm seated. You know how many tips, tricks, and techniques I just like quickly alluded to or gave over the last however many minutes, half an hour we've been here. I could knock out like 10 short form, vertical videos easily. So you're all about becoming a thought leader in your space, Shannon. You want to, create tip, trick, technique videos about the products you have, about the suggestions you would make, about what kind of formulations they want, about why someone wants to go to loose tea and not and have those metal balls and stuff. And so like, does that kind of make sense to you, Shannon? You could do this all day long. If you've been in your industry for more than a few months, you know that you could be talking about ingredients for tea and have a video a day for the whole rest of the year, right? And so you would shoot it on your, phone. A camera phone going back to the iPhone 5 or 6 is enough. Please don't buy any special software to edit this stuff or worry that that's what you need. Also, that's like good news. We're talking good, bad, and ugly with this reality check, because Instagram and TikTok and even YouTube Shorts, those platforms want you to use their editors, their songs, their special effects, their filters, their editors. Why? They spent the money on them. They want you to use them, but also it keeps you as a creator on the platform longer. You might even get, even in this snapshot of time, dumbed down reach when you're using other pieces of software to pull up into Instagram Reels, edit, publish there, take the same raw footage, put it into TikTok, use their editor for the reasons I just said, post it to TikTok, and then one more time, put it into YouTube Shorts, post it to YouTube. Will you be using the same keywords to rank these videos as Instagram to TikTok to YouTube? Yeah, it's all downhill after the first time you post it. What I don't want you to do, because the lawyer in me, I've been a lawyer since 1998. I haven't taken new clients since December 2016, right? But I still have my license for the clients I still have in the background. Here's the deal. You're going to violate terms of service, terms of use on any of the platforms if you're pulling in and reusing an Instagram, like say a TikTok to Instagram Reels. I've seen a lot of people do this. What you don't know is they may have gotten a flag or a notification or a content strike or a warning. The reach on those videos might be dumbed down. No platform wants to be your Me Too or also ran. And also you can get your accounts either taken down or you have to apply to get them back if you've done like a serious like content strike or offense. Just because there's music and sound effects on Instagram, let's say for you to use in Reels, that doesn't mean that you're allowed to use them on TikTok. Sure, there's a lot of cross-pollination, but you need to be careful. You've done so much work to get these accounts up and to populate them with the content you're populating them with. Don't risk hitting a spam filter, getting a content strike, having your account taken down, and you have to reapply to get it if you can. Okay, so don't just because other people are getting away with it, are they? And even if they are, I can tell you now, the algorithmic reach will be squelched, because again, they want you to upload raw content and edit them on each one of the 3 platforms I mentioned: Instagram for Instagram Reels, TikTok, and then YouTube Shorts for YouTube. Okay, let's see. So Shannon says, yes, thank you so much, Stacey. That was very helpful. The Speckled Loon by Susie B says, thank you. Excited my research has paid off. I'm getting more younger customers, and I just turned 60. You go, girl. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. Oh, yes. Happy birthday. And Heidi says, happy belated birthday, Susie. You got this. Yep. If you're working Instagram, and most of you are, I also have a tool down below, flick.tech. You can get a week of everything unlocked on it, I believe, for free. So you can try it out. And it is a paid service after that. With TubeBuddy, everybody can get the free version, and at least in this snapshot of time, it's forever free. You don't have to go for the paid version, but obviously when you go for paid versions, you get way more unlocked. But I do think the free version on TubeBuddy is very robust. It's better than nothing. It will help you get your long form horizontal videos ranked better on YouTube, as well as the vertical shorts that you would be putting up if you're following my advice today. All right. So do you need to be in every single video? No. Can you have somewhere, especially if you're products based, people are seeing behind the scenes, you're making stuff and your hands are in there? Fine. I'm not saying you can never do those, but they are not likely going to get the reach as if you were in there and someone saw you. You were talking to the video, or they saw your face, you made eye contact, you smiled. Human beings are social critters, consciously and or subconsciously. They don't necessarily love seeing ghostly presences. Maybe what's going on in the video is so interesting that you can get away with it from time to time, but they want to know the business owner. They want to know the brand leader. They want to know the shopkeep, whatever. If you're a coach or a course creator, I highly doubt you want to hide, because, with coaches, yeah, we're talking to people in education-based videos that we create for free on YouTube or for sale behind a paywall. I don't know that I'm speaking to coaches quite as much. If you're a course creator and you're like, I don't want anybody to see me, I just want them to buy my course, and maybe I'll do a photo shoot for like my sales funnel or my website, I understand, but still, people want to know the people that they're buying from. People buy from those that they know, like, and trust. So, so especially if you're trying to sell to millennials, everyone and their mother wants to sell to millennials, people in their 30s, 40s, because they're upwardly mobile still, most of them. They're making money. Many of them have disposable income. Many of them are very wanting to get into e-commerce themselves as creators, as business people otherwise. So you could sell quite a bit to Generation Y or millennials. You can also to Gen Xers too. Those are people in their 40s, 50s. They have about 10 to 15 years left, at least, of their prime. So if they're not earning their highest and best money yet, they're well on their way to do it. They're more likely to have disposable income too. But if you want to reach people on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, you have to be keyword savvy. And especially for Instagram and TikTok, you have to be hashtag savvy, because that's how you're going to optimize your content to be found. So I highly recommend, even though this is only a week free, check it out for the free week and make your decision. Flick.tech. If there were a free version of hashtag research tools for Instagram or elsewhere, I would definitely recommend it. I haven't found anything that really is very useful. It's too cheap and shallow when you go to other kinds compared to flick.tech. And I find that the hashtags that I would use for Instagram Reels, I can definitely duplicate for good use on TikTok. And I can definitely use if I want to employ a couple of hashtags on YouTube. Jury's kind of out about whether hashtags really help you or not on YouTube. You can throw a couple of them in there. Can't hurt. Lori J. Hey, Lori J. What's going on? She asks, how many hashtags should you be using on Instagram? Okay. So I'm going to preface this by saying that unless you hear otherwise from Adam Mosseri, who's the CEO of Instagram, any other influencer out there, if they're saying something vastly different from what I'm about to say, Instagram would tell you through Adam or officially releasing like a press release and that sort of thing if this was markedly different from what I'm about to say. Um, uh, let's start from the easiest and go backwards. So, Instagram story pieces of content, you can put, I believe, up to 10 hashtags on your story content. There are ways to hide them under stickers, or if there's like a background that's solid color, you can bury them in colors. So, just because you don't see people using hashtags in their Instagram stories, if they know what they're doing, they've hidden them for designer reasons. Does it hurt or help you with your Instagram story to hide hashtags or not? No, they're just there either which way. You can do up to 10 on Instagram story content. For everything else, Instagram feed posts, formerly known as IGTV, Instagram TV videos, anything longer than 60 seconds, and most importantly, most crucially, reels, you can do up to 30 hashtags. If Instagram didn't want you to use all 30 hashtags on any of those other pieces of content, they would take away your ability to do so. And they would also have Adam Mosseri or anyone else that's official top brass at Instagram come out and say, don't do this or don't do this anymore. We don't recommend. So even like Instagram creator, they were saying, oh, only use like 5 hashtags from now on or less. A lot of other people came out and said, no, Instagram never came out and said that you couldn't. Instagram never said you're going to get dumbed down reach after the first 5, 6, 7 hashtags, like in any appreciable way. What Adam Mosseri did say was you can use up to 30 hashtags for reels, but they must be in the caption. And the same thing for the Instagram TV videos, formerly known as IGTV. For feed posts, technically, you can put all 30 in the caption, whether they're carousels or not. You can put them all in the first comment as long as you do it seconds after it's posted, or you could break them up between the two. I have not heard that you can't split things up anymore. Me personally, just to keep it easy, just always put it in the caption. Who cares? And if you don't use all 30 hashtags, don't like break your brain over it. If you use 5, 10, 15 hashtags, is it like bad? I'm not saying it is. Nobody's officially said don't do more than 5, 7 hashtags. So the way I feel about it is I'll push towards 30 hashtags. I'll definitely, of course, put the most important ones I want towards the top because I want to make sure I'm not missing them. And if for any reason now or down the road they start saying, okay, you could still use all 30 hashtags, but maybe I'm making this up. The first 10 have the best reach. And then after that, we're going to degrade the reach. Well, then who cares? At least the ones that are most important are in the first 5 to 10. But nobody has officially come out from Instagram and said, don't use 30 hashtags for everything but Instagram stories. Until such time as they do, I would treat it as rumors. I don't care how big the creators are. They're not on the Instagram payroll. They're just guessing. So I would use as many as I could because hashtags, just in case you're not clear, is how on Instagram and also on TikTok, this stuff, your content, no matter what it is on Instagram or your TikTok videos, because that's all they're letting you do on TikTok. This is how the content that you're creating is indexed for search. So Lori J, let me know if this makes sense. And everybody else say make sense or yes, or give me a thumbs up or something. If everything I've said so far makes sense. And then if it also doesn't make sense for you to say to yourself, doesn't it make sense that if I'm going to create an Instagram reel, let's say, sure, I'm going to reuse it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts if I'm smart. If I'm going to put the effort in, I may as well double or triple my pleasure and double or triple my fun. Does that make sense? Let me know. And if you have a question about that, why would I do that? Let me know. But doesn't it make sense that if you're going to do something, say on Instagram, You're going to spend the time creating an Instagram reel. It's going to take just a couple of minutes, right? Like on Instagram, you can only go up to 60 seconds currently as a reel. So say you shoot something for 30 seconds and you're fine on the first take. Okay. But it's still going to be, you're going to have to pull it up into the creator studio and like maybe you want like a sound effect or music. You're going to layer on text, all that kind of stuff. You should have a call to action before that 30-second video is over. I know it's a lot to pack in there. After the first couple that you do, you're going to be like, oh, this is easy. This is easy, much easier than doing a long form YouTube video. If you're going to put in a couple of minutes worth of effort, don't you want to like increase the impact of it? Especially on Instagram, because folks can follow hashtags themselves, like they follow influencers. So if you really know your ideal customer and you understand the main pain point or the main passion point that they have for, that would intersect them or connect them to a business like yours with offerings like yours, I don't care what business model you're using. Guess the frig what, folks? They're going to be able to find you so much easier if you know what keywords or hashtags or both they're going to use to pull up content on Instagram or on TikTok or, of course, through YouTube, right? So optimization is key clutch. That's not necessarily part of this reality check. That's always been the case. So if I have 30 or up to 30 different ways to optimize my Reels post, my Instagram TV post, my carousel post, so that there's 30 different ways or up to 30 different ways for someone to find it, whether they're doing a keyword search, a hashtag search, they're going to find me. Doesn't it make sense that you would want to put more hashtags and not less? Especially because Adam Mosseri didn't say to not use them or to use less of them. Especially because if you go to the Instagram help site and you search around, they are not telling you not to use more hashtags. You don't have to believe me. Go straight to Instagram. You don't have to believe anybody else. And whenever you doubt it, just go to Instagram's help database, search online for stuff that the top brass themselves said. If they're not on the payroll, they're guessing. Yay. Lori J says, yes, it does make sense. Thank you for that. Stephanie Hickson, Tobago Crafter, Lisa Garrett. Hi, Miss Lisa. Okay, everybody get it? Good. Now, let's see where we are on time. Okay, so please give this video a big thumbs up. I see quite a few people on here. It's not for my ego. I'm a native New Yorker. I could care less. This is because I want this video to be pushed out to more people while I'm live and on the replay, especially to my subscribers. It will go to my subscribers first. You're not helping me out. You're helping other people out. So if I could get a couple more thumbs up, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay. And also, if you have people who are content marketing, they're other entrepreneurs, they're in other entrepreneur groups, Discord servers, whatever. If you want to share this video out, because this is something that no matter how old or young you are, you need to hear today. Thank you for more thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. Again, it's helping other people. Does anyone have any questions about what I have taught you so far about this reality check? Yay! Stephanie says, I give you gold stars. Thank you. You will get reach on Instagram. And if Dawn is still here, any of my other more experienced students want to share, you will get more reach with Reels. Like you're going to think it was Instagram 7-8 years ago. And oh my gosh, my golly, like, if only I knew then what I know now, I'd have a big account and I'd be able to grow my email list, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, we're getting an early dismissal because there's 3 snowflakes out. Fine. All right. So here's the deal, guys. Like, how many of you want to have all that extra reach and certainly not have to pay to boost a post or do anything else? Ooh, by the way, this reality check, I know quite a few of my students, they're using Facebook still to market. What would be my advice for Facebook? Facebook and Instagram are owned by Meta. That's the umbrella company that owns them. Just like YouTube and Google are owned by Alphabet. That's the umbrella company that owns them. That's why your properly optimized YouTube videos, even the longer form horizontal ones, and now your YouTube shorts, your vertical videos, that's why they get such great preferential treatment if they're well optimized with keywords. If use TubeBuddy for that, use the free version. If you can get really good ranking on a SERP or a search engine results page on Google, okay? Because they're two sister companies. Anybody who tells you Google owns YouTube, that has not been the case for 8 years. It's the umbrella company, Alphabet, that owns them. Donna says Reels are definitely still getting great reach. Absolutely. Any of my students who took my advice back in 2020 when I told them, they're doing super well. And I think it was Donna, but I know other people. I've had this discussion with other students of mine too, including Durga. Durga never is able to make these live because of where she is, I don't think. But when you do products or services focused Reels or TikToks or even YouTube shorts, I would say, you might get less reach. And you might be like, oh, the platforms don't like me because I'm trying to sell. That's not true. Like Durga, I know, was doing reels that had to do with like her property, her pets, her cooking, and stuff like that. And those would get tremendous reach because those appeal to a more broad audience. So that kind of makes sense, right? But when you're talking about stuff only your ideal customer would really care about more often than not, you narrow down your niche to sell better, to market and sell better, and to optimize your content so you're more competitive. Your product-based stuff that you're going to optimize for people who are buyer aware or pain aware or solutions aware. They're researching solutions. They're done with the worst of being in pain and being flustered. Now they're researching solutions, or maybe they're just ready to buy. Those people are always going to be a smaller subset. So maybe your reels could get thousands to 10,000s of people in reach. But when you do something that's more product, services, or solutions based, you're now getting hundreds. And Durga was like, what did I do? You didn't do anything wrong. Just remember that when you go broad, sure, you're going to get great looking vanity metrics. You're going to be like, oh, that's really so cool. I get it. I'm like that too. I have a YouTube video that has over 30,000 views on it. And I'm like, but at the end of the day, is it putting more people on your email list? Is it getting more people to buy? When you go very broad, a lot of those folks aren't interested in what you have to sell, right? It doesn't matter what business model you're in. Products, services, digital stuff, coach, course creator, does not matter, right? So like Donna it doesn't shake Donna's game. I remember her having this discussion, I think in Socialgram Shortcut, my Instagram deep dive course, which I'm relaunching next week. So right now you go to the website, it's not, it won't take your money because I don't want to take anybody's money until I'm done updating it. So once I launch it next week, if you're on my email list, you'll get a notification, you'll get an invitation. Next week's live, I will be talking about it just a little bit and sharing the link then. If you want to get on my email list, go to don'tbeafakeguru.com, all one word, there's no apostrophe in it, don'tbeafakeguru.com. You'll get a really great PDF guide that will give you 10 steps so that you could seem more like a thought leader in your space. Even if you're like, I'm not a guru, Stacey, I'm selling tea. No, Shannon is a thought leader in the space of, organic loose tea. And she wants more tea lovers to go that route. And anybody who would already buy that stuff, they want to see her as the content queen, the category queen. She may not be the top. She doesn't have to be on Instagram, on TikTok. But if she's part of the conversation, people are going to respect her more. So that's why you want to do the content marketing. That's going to get you the conversions. Only 2 to 5% of anybody's ready to buy when they first come across you. But if you stay top of mind with them, they will get on your email list. They will follow you. They might do those two things simultaneously. They get on your email list. They are way more likely to buy from you when they can, when they're ready, when you're putting something in front of them that they do want. And they're less likely to jump off just because you're selling to them. Anybody who doesn't want to get on your email list, even for a coupon, if you're a products or services based business, coaches and course creators, you would do free stuff like free guides, free mini course trainings and stuff. Coaches and course creators, I don't recommend putting your content on sale. It doesn't tend to work with that business model the way you would think. But let's see. Let me see where we're at. Is everyone in a good place? Does anyone on the live, on the replay, leave your question, leave your comment? But doesn't it make sense that no matter what business model you have, if you just did one reel a day, that the raw stuff you repurpose from your camera roll, you put into a TikTok, and then if you really are working your YouTube, put it on your YouTube channel as well. And if you're like, Stacey, I don't have many or any long form horizontal videos on my YouTube channel right now. I feel I'm not like Donna. I don't have a team. I'm not like you. I don't have a team. You don't have to be. You could populate it with nothing but shorts. And maybe down the line, you actually create another channel for your horizontal stuff when you can afford a team, right? But if you're not building your email list, you're not going to be building your sales as well as you could. So that link in bio on TikTok should really be to an email opt-in form. That link in bio on Instagram should be to your email opt-in form. On your banner on YouTube, shorts or not, you should have, they do give you an option when you set up your YouTube channel to put a link in there. And they love MailChimp. So MailChimp works well with that if you have MailChimp. But I'm thinking anything else could work too. Are we good? Is everybody good? Any questions? Because I got to jump off and I got to shoot my YouTube video for Barney, my editor, to get, because my kid's gonna be coming home. At noon. Crap. So Shannon says, love that raw video is okay. Thinking about having to edit everything gives me a migraine. No. Raw video is fine. Please don't buy any special stuff. Save your money. I'd rather you put your money, you can get a lot of mileage out of the free TubeBuddy thing. If you only have so much that you can spend and invest in your business from month to month, Flick has a bunch of different plans, so you can pick how much you want. I would rather you spend your money on Flick, right? Because Flick will help you rank on Instagram big time, even with your more static feed posts, your carousels, your Instagram TV. If you don't optimize your content, no matter what platform you're on, then you may as well be screaming into a void, right? So we don't want that. And it is an official third-party vendor, Flick.tech is, of Instagram. I do not recommend free or paid anything that's not an official third-party vendor. So TubeBuddy is an official third-party vendor of YouTube. Make sense? And the cool thing is that I've seen it so far, and some of my other students have seen it so far, the hashtags that Flick.tech recommends still are very effective on TikTok. Even though they're not the expert on TikTok, you're swinging in the same ballpark. And if you're going to use hashtags on YouTube for shorts or not, those can help you with your hashtags on YouTube as well. You're swinging in the same ballpark. So it's one paid tool that really, as of this snapshot in time, can help you with 3 different platforms. Just use Shannon and everyone else the special effects, the sound effects, and the music for each editor. Then you don't have a problem with content strikes. You're not buying anything. Some of my more advanced students are getting Epidemic Sound and paying for it, and they pay for the extra package where the music they use, they can use on every platform, including TikTok. If that makes sense for them to do it, great. You can write that stuff off against income. Check with your tax expert, whom I'm not. This is just tax issue spotting and not advice. But you can get a lot of mileage out of the free TubeBuddy link, so do that. Take the week of Flick.tech and see how it opens up your world, because Reels will give you a lot of extra reach. Adam Mosseri has come out and said that Instagram is now, and this has been for a while, for a lot of you this might not be news, but for those of you that it is, this is your reality check also. Go Google it. I'm not pushing around rumors. Adam Mosseri said, he's the CEO of Instagram, Mosseri, Adam Mosseri. He said several months ago that Instagram is no longer a photo sharing app. It is now a video first sharing app. They want you to create reels, most importantly, and then Instagram TV is anything that's not a reel, anything that's 60 seconds and over. TikTok, you could go up to 60 seconds. A couple months ago, they went to 3 minutes, and now check your app. They're rolling it out worldwide up to 10 minutes. Why is TikTok going longer? They're competitive with YouTube with millennials already. Millennials are spending just as much time, if not more, on TikTok than they are on YouTube. So TikTok said, all right, it's not even 6 months yet. We're going to start really taking down YouTube if we can. That said, I wouldn't go longer than 30 seconds, 45 seconds. You've got up to a minute so that you can keep reusing it. Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Because number one, you can reuse it. And still on TikTok, 30 to 45 seconds is a sweet spot. And it's the same thing for Instagram Reels right now. For my more advanced students like Donna, Lissa sometimes comes in here and listens. Who else do I have here? Lenore, more advanced people who have a team, or they're just so used to doing this stuff, or they have a lot of content that they can repurpose. If you have your YouTube videos, your horizontal ones, you can turn them into vertical so you can use them for IGTV now, Instagram TV. I would totally do that all day long. And then you can experiment with them on TikTok since they're just unlocking that up to 10 minutes feature for everyone on Earth. Make sure your TikTok app is updated. And you should either now or at some point very soon have the ability to go to 10 minutes. Heidi says, I hate TikToks that go the full minute, but 40 seconds is just staring at someone not doing anything with a teaser line. I'm like, get to the point. And Heidi is older. She's not 20 or younger, right? So even Heidi's telling you, thank you for sharing, that longer isn't necessarily better. Would I repurpose stuff I already have that's vertical video? Sure. Why not? Test it out if you're more advanced. But if you're Shannon and you're like, oh God, I now have to go to 10 minutes or 3 minutes. No. Keep it under 30 minutes. Keep it under 60 seconds, especially because you can repurpose it. And that's what's testing well right now. Okay. Now, in terms of my YouTube channel, I've got another couple coach marketing videos. If you're a coach, a course creator, digital download seller, that stuff is all music to your ears. But even if you're a products-based business, go and listen to my last 1 to 2 weeks worth of content, because it still is stuff that's very applicable to you. After I think the end of this week, I am now going to lean into Instagram Reels and TikTok marketing. I may put YouTube Shorts in there too down the line. So I'll always, for the foreseeable future, have Wednesdays be my free Q&A sessions to you guys. So Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We run about an hour. I save the replay. You can ask questions on the replay. That's going to stay the same. Monday is going to be an Instagram Reels video. Tuesday is a TikTok video. Wednesday is a live Q&A. Thursday is going to be a TikTok-centric video. Friday is going to be Instagram Reels. I am not going to talk to you guys about Facebook content marketing unless we're talking lives and you have questions. I'm not going to focus on Pinterest. I'm not going to push everything everywhere and try to be everything to everybody. Can you ask questions about Pinterest or maybe even LinkedIn and stuff here? Sure you can. As long as it's content marketing, anything goes, right? But my channel is going to focus on the stuff that I'm telling you guys to double down on, because that's what every platform owner, top brass, anything has said. Short form video content, even for people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, is performing extremely well. The fastest growing demographic on TikTok right now is women age 30 to 40. I can all but guarantee you, most of you are selling to women. Most of you are selling to millennials, maybe slightly younger Gen Xers. Guess what? That's Gen X is already on TikTok and they are on there in numbers and they're increasing too. But if you're like, I sell to millennial moms with household incomes, guess what? You need to be on TikTok. And I don't care that you're repurposing your raw camera video to TikTok. Just please don't. I don't care that there's things that can take off the TikTok logo and it's a free or cheap app. Are you kidding me? You think Instagram or YouTube, the algorithms, the deep neural machine learning can't pick up where the original source file was? Yet another reason why I say just use the raw camera video, go up to 60 seconds, not even, and just repurpose, and work in the creator studios. Heidi says, looking forward to it. I need to take a deep breath and just jump into Reels TikTok. I'm just trying not to be blessed this mess, says Heidi. You know what, Heidi? I remember you. Thank you for being vulnerable and transparent. I'm sure there's going to be people live and on the replay who feel the way you do. I understand it. And the older we are, especially if you feel we're not pretty enough, we're not handsome enough, we're not comely enough, we're not thin enough, I don't have six-pack abs. Who gives a crap? You're more relatable when you're a real person because you're going to have mostly, especially since you're pitching to adults, and not kids, tweens, and teens. You're pitching to people who probably don't want to see perfect unless you're showing them how to get six-pack abs or something. But many of my students, that's not what you're doing. Even the coaches and course creators, that's not what you're doing. Some yes, most no. So what I'm telling you is be relatable. Be a real person. If you're a little fluffy, who cares, right? You're doing your makeup as best you can and you're not like a supermodel. Neither are they. It's going to make it easier for them to have that know, like, and trust factor with you. Not harder. I'm hungry. My stomach growled. I still have weight to lose. I have facial palsy. See? I have rosacea like a mad woman. It's not going to hold me back. You probably don't have facial palsy. Most of you don't. Not even close to it. What's your excuse? I'm in my 50s. What's your excuse? I have students in their 70s that are baby boomers and are just like, okay, Stacey, once I'm convinced that this is the way, baby boomers are amazing. They're just like little machines. They go off and they do it. They're even talking analytics in some of my groups. Holy moly, grandmas in their 70s. You've just been served, okay? This is the reality check. Don't have it bounce. The most I would do with Facebook at this point, yeah, you can do whatever you're already doing to keep your page and your group from like stagnating. Sure, keep doing that. If you're on Facebook, you can see in the feed, they're recommending Instagram Reels. They're both owned by the same company, Meta. There, I would repurpose your reel or share your reel to Facebook. Yes, I would do that. You have any video footage, vertical or horizontal? Yes, put it on your Facebook page. Put it in your Facebook group. Just stick with video as much as you can. There she is, Spicy Stacey. You know it. I wish Onika was here more often. She's super successful and super busy now. She used to be like, here comes the Stacey soapbox. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta shoot my YouTube video for today. Hope you take what I'm saying into serious consideration because it's less that platforms are super saturated and more that you have an unfair advantage over other people who aren't going to come to the table at all or much. Do it before it's too late, okay? Starting Monday, I'm going to be into, are you too old for Instagram? Are you too old for TikTok? How do you find your ideal customer on TikTok and through Instagram Reels? How do you know that you're getting the unfair advantage? What can you see on the platform that's going to finally get it through your hammerhead that you have to do short form video content marketing? You must. So starting Monday. So catch up with the coach stuff, even if you're not a coach. Learn whatever basic stuff I'm teaching there and get that under your belt because Monday starts a whole new world on this channel. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.